Hello everybody. Welcome. I'm Robin with Zimmies Simple Designs. If you see the little red live light, you caught me live. If not, you're watching the replay. Please type in, my goodness, please type in hashtag replay. Say hello. Tell me where you're watching from. Let me know if you're new so I can welcome you to my page. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I'm going to get myself pulled up. That's not where I wanted to go. And get myself sprinkled to a couple of places. Let me know if you're new. Can turn this down. You guys don't need to hear me twice. Hi, Karen. How are you today? Hi, Brandy. Hi, Pinky. How is everybody? Hello, Shannon. Hello, Rose. How is everybody? Hi, Shirley. I hope you're all doing well. Okay, we're going to get out of here because I'm going to go over to the rust-covered cottage. Maybe. Oops. Oh my gosh. Guys, I can't type. I don't think that's the right one. I apologize, everybody. Hi, Lori. Hi, Deborah. I should have done this earlier. And it's not gonna... Okay, hang on a minute. I'm sorry. Hi, Kefany. I apologize, everybody. I am so very sorry. Here we go. There we go. There's the one I want. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get over to her page so I can... Hey, Christina, how are you? Talk to everybody over there, too. Hi, Kefany. How is my sweet friend Kefany? How are you doing today? All right. So everybody's here. We're a little... Yeah. a little rushed this afternoon. Time got away from us. And hi, Sharon. How are you? Anyway, we're here. We're here. Hi, Molly. Anyway, the kit we are doing today is the wainscot. It's called Wainscot Angel. Hi, Yvonne. And it's got quite a few pieces to it. And you get all of these pieces. All of these. Here's the wings. This is a little collar. These are her little spindle arms. You get 2 of these. And then you get all it. I can't really... There we go. Maybe I can lift it up. It's kind of in layers. But that's what it's looking, that's what it'll look like. This is the angel itself, and then you will add the wings and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I printed this yesterday, and this print came from the Crafty Basket Case. I don't know if you guys are familiar with her. She's got a Facebook page, and she offers free downloadable prints, and she's got some amazing ones. And I thought this would be really pretty. This is going to be her gown, the angel's gown. I'm going to put this, use this. I'm not going to paint it. I'm going to use this print. But we are going to do some painting. I'm going to paint the wings, her face, and the little collar. I am going to paint. I don't think I really need to print or paint this part. I'm debating. Sorry, guys. I'm thinking. Hi, Randy. How are you? Hey, Randy. I got your snow globe done. I will send you a picture. Hi, Pam. How are you today? Oh, thank you, Brandy. Anyway, I'm debating. Should I may go ahead and paint this real quick. And I'm going to paint it in, all of it in teepee. And this is chalk paint from Nicole with a Frayed Knot. She has her own chalk paint line, if you guys are familiar with her. I am an affiliate with her as well. Anyway, but Christina, I'm one of her affiliates. So we go live, each one of us, her affiliates go live on her page. So I'm on her page, I'm on my page. So, hi, Christine. Anyway, so we're going to paint this up. And the wings and the collar, like I said, I'm going to leave this color. And then we're going to put Mod Podge that print on the on her gown. I'm going to call it her gown. Because to me, that's what it looks like. Then, I'm going to get brave today, guys. I have this Pent Art Fine Line Crackle Finish. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. Some of you may be. I decided I would like, I have tried this before. One time it did nothing for me. The second time I tried it, it crackled. So I'm going to try it again. And fingers crossed, it crackles for me. I just thought it would be pretty. It would, you know, and then, of course, I'll wax it, and then that'll make those cracks. But I thought it would give it another look with the words, this print of the words, and then the crackle finish underneath. I thought it would be really pretty. Like I said, I'm not really good with crackle. Me and crackle don't get along, but I'm going to try it. Well, good. I'm glad you're doing good, Pam. Hey, Thea. How are you today? Oh, my sweet friend, Thea. All right. We're going to get going. And, of course, this paint. I've used this paint bottle twice today, and both times I've had to heat it up. Hi, Joan. I've had to heat the lid up to get it off. I hope everybody's doing well. So this paint hopefully should go pretty fast. Because I'm only painting everything the one color. Hi, Lavon. Okay, let's see if I can open it. There we go. I don't know why, but this paint bottle, you're hanging in there. Oh, I'm sorry, sweet friend. I get it. Yesterday, I'm going to use a pouncer for this on all of these pieces. So we're going to move it off. It comes in layers. So this is the bottom layer of the angel. And we don't need to paint this. So I'm going to move it to the side. I don't need to paint that. And then the rest of it, we've got, you know, these two layers like this. we're going to paint real quick. And then we're going to paint. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to paint the arms. So this should go, like I said, pretty quick. We're just going to pounce this on. Anyway, yesterday I had the worst headache and I could not shake it. I was like miserable all day. And I even took some Aleve and that didn't work. And yeah, I don't know what was going on. But we have this storm coming in. And that's the only thing I can think is why I had it. We're supposed to get, not much, and I'm hoping it won't come at all, some freezing ice. Hi, Kathy. How are you? Hey, Cheryl. Some snow there. Oh, Susan. Yeah, we're supposed to get some freezing ice. Most of it's supposed to stay down south of us, but we are still in the area to get some. So we'll see how much we get. Hopefully it won't be much at all. So it's pretty cold out today and cloudy. And part of the reason why I'm using a pouncer on this is I like this dark edge that you get from a laser cut kit. I have put this kit in my featured links. So if you want to go over there and check it out, Christina, she is been working on some spring wood kits that'll be coming out soon. But she just came out with some really cute, if you like interchangeable things, she has come out with some really cute interchangeable wood kits, guys. Really cute. I think they're darling. And she just came out with a grandfather clock and then another vintage clock. And she did them both up. Man. Hi, Casey. How are you? Hi, Criselda. How are you guys? Anyway, she just did a grandfather clock. And it's a vintage clock she did. And man, Christina, you did an amazing job on them. They are beautiful. But go check it out. And she does a wonderful job at packaging them up. If you've ever gotten a wood kit from her, you know what I mean. She wraps them in really pretty tissue paper. So there's a bonus there. You get the wood kit plus you get tissue paper. You know, us crafters, we like to save that kind of stuff. Don't throw nothing away. And she usually puts a little freebie in there. You get a little laser cut wood piece. And she wraps it all up in some jute twine. Hi, Nancy. Man, Christina, that was gorgeous. I love that green. She did one of the little clocks in a real pretty green. They are, yeah, guys, you need to go check them out. They're on the website. And then, you know, Jamie from Road 12 Creations. Her and Christina work together, and they've come up with a wonderful, if you like barn quilts. Hi. Hey, Kelly, how are you? How are you feeling? I hope you're feeling pretty well. I know that you've been sick, and then you fell. So I hope. Hi, Paige. Hi, Dina. I'm doing an angel today, Casey. I'm doing the wainscoting angel today that she has. I've had this for a little while, and I hadn't done it because I couldn't figure out how I wanted to do it. Yeah, dang it, this bottle of glue or paint. Getting better slowly. Oh, sweetie, I'm sorry. Hi, Shirley. Hi, Michelle. I feel for you, girl. That when you fall, it's not fun. I fell it's been over a year ago in our shop. I tripped, and man, I hurt for months. I hurt my one arm, and yeah, it hurt for once. Hi, Christina. Anyway, I could not figure out how I wanted to do her up. I know Agnes with Pretty Little Pieces, I think. No, that's not right. What is Agnes's page? She's also one of Christina's affiliates. Anyway, she did the angel, and it was really pretty. Somebody else did it too, did it up. And I just could not figure out how I wanted to do her. So I finally, hi Lois, hi Debbie. I finally decided how I wanted to do this up. So, and maybe add some texture and layers and all those things, you know? Okay, so everything's painted. And I didn't do the best job, but that's okay because we're going to put the paper on there. Just that perfect piece. Yes, that's it. Yeah. Agnes from Just That Perfect Piece. Yes. I knew it was perfect something. Perfect piece. And yeah. Thank you for that. Anyway, she did this angel. If you want to see how she did it up, if you go to the website and look at the finished one, I believe that's hers. Oh, thank you. This is from Beware. My sweatshirt's from Beware. I've had it a while. It says, it has a saying on the back, and I don't know, I don't remember what it is. And then it has the butterfly. Oh, great. I just put my arm in the paint. Yeah. All right, we're going to dry this. Hi, Denise. Hi, Lori. How are you? Hi, Deborah. Hi, Nancy. Welcome, guys. Hi, Joy. All right. Get everything dry. I can move this out of the way. Okay, so I'm going to move these pieces out of the way because we're not going to use those quite yet. So I can move these out of the way. I'll bring my paper back over. And this will just fit on there. All of these pieces. So I'm just going to lay... actually, I want to cut this top portion. I normally don't, I usually use a water pen. I normally don't cut something with the scissors, but I want, for this I am, just because I want the finished, I want this print right here at the neck. So I want that straight edge. So I'm going to lay this right here, right on along that edge, these two pieces. And then we're going to just lay the rest of them on here, line them up, and they can just go on here. But like I said, this just fits on this print. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my Mod Podge on my pieces and then lay them down on there. Hello, hello, everybody. I may have to get, I have another bottle here of Mod Podge, but I'm going to see if I can get a little bit more out of this one. Whoa. Yep, we did. I did. That's okay. And I am, like I said, you guys keep your fingers crossed that my crackle works. I am not, the only crackle I ever have success with every single time is the Tim Holtz crackle paste. Everything else is just like hit or miss for me. I don't know about the rest of you guys. I know I watch other creators do it and it turns out so beautiful, and I try it and yeah, nothing. All right. We're going to lay it down right along that edge, and I'm just going to kind of press on it. Thank you for those stars, Nancy, for that star rating. Hi, Denise. Actually, I want to lift this, make sure it's down good. We'll just lift it up. I'm sorry, I can't see when it... Hi, Tina. Am I doing anything special for Valentine's, Stephanie? Probably not. Probably not. We don't really... My husband and I, we've never really done anything special for Valentine's. You know, not always could we afford to get a sitter to go do something. And when you have kids, you got to do that. And so I just really, no, we just really don't. And now being on a fixed income, of course, right now, we're only getting my husband's retirement because I wasn't old enough to actually, retire and draw on a retirement. I will, actually this month, I was approved. I will start getting my retirement. So, yeah, we just don't really... We don't really do anything. Every now and then he would send me flowers, but yeah, a card usually, maybe a Valentine's card, and that would be about it. Hi, Shelly. All right, so we're getting this down on these pieces. I figured this is probably the easiest way to do it than to try and lay them, put Mod Podge on each piece and lay the print on there. And I'm going to go ahead and do the bigger ones. Now, these do have lines that were engraved or cut into this, from the laser machine. And you could do other things with this. You could do this up so many ways and really have fun with this kit, I think. But guys, go check it out. Go check the website out. Joey from Created, dang it. I'm telling you, my brain today. Created in Awe. She is also an affiliate, and her and Christina have collaborated and have come out with a farmhouse theme. They call it, it's the farmhouse collection, and there's a lot of surfaces in there, just plain surfaces that you can use. Hi Sally, hi Tony, that you can get and use, that are in that. And then Chris Hunter also has collaborated with Christina and has some really cool wood kits. You guys, and she's always adding new things all the time. And I know she's working on the spring line right now. I wish I could read that. Let me see if I get my readers. I can read that probably. Her husband. I'm sorry, Susan. I can't read that. Sorry, guys. If you guys are... My vision that far is not really good. Hi, Judy. I'll have to go back and read that, Susan. Oh, come on. Well, I'm going to get this bottle. I could probably go grab my glasses, but I don't want to leave you guys. All right. Here's this piece. It's our last two here. And so if you guys have any, of course, if I see helpful tips on my on my page, I'm sorry if I can't read them. All right, there's all the pieces on there. And I'm gonna flip this, and I'm just gonna kind of rub them down. Make sure everything's down really good. Get that out of the way. Oh, thank you, Tiffany. Okay. I'm gonna take the heat tool to this and dry this a little before I start cutting it. And then we'll, hi Sharon, how are you? Hi Mary. All right. Maybe I should run and get them. Hi, Ruby. I liked this also because it was kind of light. Sometimes these prints like this, it's really dark, and I like that this was lighter, if that makes any sense. And like, you guys are familiar with the Crafty basket case. That's where this print came from. And she has some amazing prints. Husband will be 67. Oh my goodness. Susan. That's awesome. 67. Let me see if I can open that. It won't let me. Oh my goodness, Susan. Oops. Hi, Kim. I'm just gonna cut. There we go. We'll put that out of the way. And then I'll take the sander to these and get that all sanded, all those sanded off. And I had my sander, but I don't now see it. Did I put it away? Yes, I did. Of course I did. All right, we'll sand these. Thank you, Susan. All right, we're gonna sand this really quick, and then we'll put the crackle on. And hopefully, yeah, I get crackle. Has anybody used the Pentart two-step crackle? Do you guys like it? Like I said, I've had it a while, and I have used it. And I think I know part of my problem, so I'm going to make a change there. I think I was, I know when you do the second step, you have to, oops, I missed some on there. Be real light when you brush it on, and I kind of was real heavy-handed, if that makes any sense. I thought that came up, yeah, right there. So I'm going to take my finger. Yep. Fingers work good. And we'll get that down. There we go. And we'll set that over there and let it dry. You haven't tried it, Susan? Hi, Peg. How are you? Hi, Susan. How's Peg doing today? All right. I know Christina has given me some tips on how to use it because she uses it. And I know that Tracy with Scrappy's Rustics, I believe, sells it. I didn't get it from her at the time, but Sharon, is it like a Mod Podge? It's, well, I'm not going to say it's like a Mod Podge. It's like, like a two-step fine line crackle system you use. Although the first coat does kind of look real thick like in white, but it dries clear. So it kind of looks like Mod Podge, but I'm not going to, I don't know that it's Mod Podge. I think my comments over here on Christina's page have froze on my iPad. Either that, nobody's talking. Okay, it's going pretty fast. Hi, Christine. Ruby, I'm doing one of This is one of Christina with the Rust Covered Cottage by Christina. It's one of her wood kits, and it's called the Wainscoat Angel is what I'm doing today. And I'm putting this print on there, and then I'm going to do a fine line, I'm hoping and praying, a fine line crackle on it. Hi, Teresa. How are you? Hi, Judy. Yes, so do I, Lavon. I love to do angels. I love to do angels. They're one of my favorite things to do are angels. I think I've done, well, this wood kit, the angel behind me on the door is also one of Christina's. Oh, pardon me. Sorry, guys. She has a couple others that she offers, so that are really nice. She also has a spindle, it's a spindle angel wings that are absolutely gorgeous. I have not done those, but I've seen them done, and wow, they're really pretty. And there's a lot that you can do with them. Hi, Peggy. How are you? So, guys, please go check her out. And like I said, Christina does an amazing job packaging them up. If you guys have ever bought a wood kit from her, you know what I mean. All right. You've used it on clear glass, have you, Pam? Oh, well, I've seen it done on glass, but I've also seen it done like on other things. Like I said, I know Christina has used it a couple of times on some wood surfaces. So, hey, Barb, how are you? How are you today? Okay, so everything is looking like this so far. And like I said, we're going to give this a try. All right. We'll get this all. And I'm not going to do the collar or the wings. I am going to sand them and give them a little bit of a distressed look and wax them, but I'm not going to put this on there. So this is the first step. And normally you would let this dry on its own, but of course I'm not gonna. We're gonna speed it up here. I'm gonna use the dryer, and then we'll try the second. And this does look a little milky, but like I said, it will dry clear. Well, we had a little mouse in our, and we had to get some mouse traps. And he got into my spice drawer. That's how I knew that we had a mouse. I went to get in my spice drawer, and it was kind of in a mess. And paper everywhere, because he chewed like the paper off of the spice bottles. he didn't really get much to eat in there because, you know, he couldn't chew through the bottles. Well, we got some mouse traps, and my husband set one in there, and he set one outside by our refrigerator. Waiting for your snow you're supposed to get. Are you supposed to get a lot? But anyway, he set the trap, and before he went to bed, well, I usually go up to my room. He set it before I went up to my room, and I usually go up to my room about 8 o'clock every night, and I do stuff on my iPad, you know. I catch up on comments, and I schedule my posts for the morning and for that night. And he came up shortly after I went to bed, and he said, well, we caught one. And I was like, well, that's good. And I'm thinking, hi, Cindy. Hi, Shay. Hi, Simply Blessed Designs. And anyway, so we've kept the other ones because he put another one out on the kitchen counter, and he put one in the spice drawer, and another one, of course, they had been in there again. The one he put in the spice drawer, it had like bait in it that I guess they eat, and then they go home and they die at home. And it had been eaten off of, but so far we haven't seen any more. So hopefully, hi Brenda. Hopefully we got them. I don't like having mice. When my daughter was still living at home, we had a mouse. At the time that she was living, she had a cat. And the place we were renting at the time had a really strange shaped kitchen. It was long and narrow. And so there was very little countertop. And it was, I'm talking, it was like really narrow. I mean, it was, yeah. And I had a dish drainer on the counter. And one morning, getting ready for school at the time, my daughter was, and I was getting ready for work. I worked at that's the same school she went to school at. I worked there in the kitchen at the time, and we were getting ready to go in, and all of a sudden I hear my daughter yell, "There's a mouse!" And of course the cat was up on the counter trying to catch the mouse. Well, the mouse was getting behind the dish drainer and behind the stove, and here's this cat trying to get the mouse. And my daughter and I, we saw it. We were in the kitchen screaming, and my husband comes in and he tries to. It was quite comical. It was quite, yeah. So I'm gonna dry this. I got all these painted, so. And had the cat been, you know, the dish drainer not been on there, I think the cat could have gotten the mouse, but she didn't get it. We finally had to set mouse traps to get that mouse too. My husband was like, "You guys are useless. Good thing I was home." He didn't. I don't remember if he caught it or... Hi, Deb. I'll never forget that day. Hi, Tanya. Being that we live in farming, you know, a lot of farms. Of course, here I was a little surprised because we live in town. Your husband doesn't like mice. Hi, Kim. Yeah, traps are for the best. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really like killing them, but they're also, you know, they carry disease and all that stuff. So you don't want them in your home. This is kind of turning clear. Oh, okay. Traps and peanut butter. Yeah, that's what we are using, Susan, is peanut butter. On some of them, because he bought 2 different kinds of traps. He got, you know, where it has the bait inside of it, and then he got ones with peanut butter, or he had to put something on them, and he, yeah, they look cute in pictures. You're right, Peg, they do. Hi, Nancy. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm not seeing my comments over here. If you guys are commenting on Christina's page, I apologize. I'm going to get out and come back in and see. If my comments will start going. Yeah, I don't know why. They froze. I don't know why. And I apologize, guys. All right, I think this is dry. It feels pretty dry. So, okay. So now we're going to do, I'm going to let this cool a minute. They're pretty warm. And then we put this top coat on. Oh, Dolly's got her ball. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, Nancy. Yeah, I don't know why that's happening. Hi, Teresa. It's like I see people come in over here on Christina's page, but then that's about it. All right. I've got like 20 brushes in my bowl over here from painting. Oh my. Okay. It's kind of letting these cool a minute. They're cute from a distance, Barb. Yes, they are. Okay, so now we're going to put the top coat on. And I'm going to be very gentle when I paint this. Very light touch, is what I've been told. right. I'm trying to make sure I get it all on the piece. Or all, you know. Okay. And I'm going to cross, like I said, I'm going to cross my fingers and hope this works. I'm not like good with the crackle. Well, she's done. She's under the my desk now. I figured she was going to play ball eventually. Hi, Penny. How are you? We are doing the Wainscot Angel from it's a wood kit from Christina at the Rust Covered Cottage. I did put this in the featured link. Make sure you go check her website out, guys. She has some wonderful wood kits. She has a couple of really cute bunnies for Easter, if you're looking for Easter already. I know a lot of people are already starting to do Easter things, along with a lot of crosses. She's got available like I said, surfaces. I hope this works because I think it would be really pretty if it does. On with that print in the background. I think it'd be really, really pretty. So we'll see. Nope, she's not done. She's playing with it again. Okay, so we're going to get the heat tool and we're going to dry this. And I'm sorry, it's a lot of drying. And I apologize for that. And I'm not going to we're not going to be able to tell until I put the wax on it. Because it's a very fine crackle. And so I won't be able to see it until I use the wax. Hi, Jeannie. Hi, Marie. A lot of drying. I'm sorry. Like I said, I thought this would be pretty. And I like the age distressed look, so yeah. Hi, Brenda. I don't want to touch it, but I need to know if it's getting dry. Hi, Peggy. Your comments stopped. I don't know what's going on, Barb. Hey, Sadie. No. Sorry, guys. Hi, Deb. Let me see if I can go completely out. Sorry, guys. See, now I'm starting to see. Hi, Sue. Let me see. I see where people have been talking over here. Oh, but no, this is on her page, so. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. You're back. I'm thinking this is dry. Yeah, they're dry now. Okay. And it is kind of shiny. I don't know if you guys can see that. So, but anyway, so I'm gonna wait a minute because that's still pretty warm. So I'm gonna take my, while I'm waiting, I'm gonna take my gator sander and I'm gonna sand the collar and the wings, and just a little. You would not have to do this. I like it. I like just like I said, I like the vintage distress look. So, and I hope this crackled. Oh, Lord, please let it crackle. Oh, I think I see some. I think I see some. Sadie, no. Sadie, no. Sorry, she's up in the window, looking out the window and growling and barking. Her and Dolly do like to do that. At people walking down the sidewalk across the street from us. Not even by our house. Okay. I'm really trying to get this. Okay, here we go. Oh, I probably should have changed the pad on here. I don't like that, but yeah, I know. I think I've quit working over there too, Kefany. It must be. Okay. I'm sorry, guys, if you are chatting with me and I'm not responding. Sadie, no. I'm going to change this out. Here we go. And of course, it doesn't help that school's getting out right now. There we go. And then I'm going to sand her head just a little. Sounds funny. I'm going to sand her head. Just a touch, not like a lot. I know I don't really need to do both of them, but I am because I'm not quite, don't remember which one goes on top. Oh, do they, Shay? They don't always do it when the school bus, but usually, yeah. It's like they know when the school's getting out. That, you know, internal clock for them. It's like, oh, school's getting out, I better look out the window. I don't know. There's a little section on here that was coming up, so. Okay. I'm going to do both of these, like I said, because I guess I could glue it together and then do it, but I figured it's just as easy. No big deal. All right, so now we're going to get this together. I'm going to lay it out so I know, because there is a way that it goes. Let me see. This one goes first, okay. And then I know which ones I want to wax because, well, actually, I guess I do want to wax them all. And then this will lay on top. And it's just layers. You just layer on each other like that. Okay, so let's get our wax. So I guess I really didn't need to do that because we want to wax everything. Because you're going to see even part of this, so you might as well, I'm going to, go ahead and wax it all. So let's see if we got some crackle. And her arms over here so I don't forget them. And I'm going to get a rag because I'm going to put quite a heavy coat of wax on here. Hi, Aunt Tanya. How's Tanya today? Hi, Pam. Oh, do they bark for FedEx and everything? Yeah. Yeah, mine really go crazy when in the summertime when I can have this door open, I do. And of course, our mail carrier comes up to the door. There's a mail slot. And so they come up to the door to drop the mail. And my dogs go nuts when that happens. Oh, yay. I got crackle. And it crackled pretty good. So we're going to just buff it on. And I'm going to wipe it back. I may not wipe it back very much here because Yep, I got some good crackle on that one anyway. And I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that. I don't know if I can hold it up where you can see all of that crackle in there. I'm excited. That one anyway. All right. So far so good. And this is what I wanted. I'm just going to wipe it back a little. Awesome. Awesome. I'm happy. Now this one didn't crackle. Well, it crackled okay. Yeah, it's got pretty good crackle. I'd have to say that using this is probably the best crackle I've gotten using it. So I think I figured out what I've done wrong. I've been too heavy-handed when I put the top coat, when I do that second. I just need to be a lighter touch. Just trying to see who that is. Yeah, thank you, Kefany. All right. So let's go, keep going here. Make sure everything, got some crackle. Now, there is a Pent Art antique paste that you can use, but I like my Bare Dark Wax better. But you can get that, or if you have that, you can use that. It also, I believe, comes in colors. I'm not one for all of that, but oh, thank you. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate that. I know, I shouldn't be so hard on myself. I agree. But sometimes I am, and I have to remember that I don't need to be perfect. You know, crafting is all about fun and, yeah, all of the things. But, all right, so I'm going to just go around the edge here of my collar, and I'm going to go around the edge of the wings to add some more distressing. I would have to say, though, I am better about that. Years, you know, I've been crafting for quite a few years, and I used to be really hard on myself. If things weren't perfect, I would get frustrated and disappointed, and I was always looking for perfection in my crafts. And it's only been within the past couple years that and actually I took a break from crafting for about 4 or 5 years. I didn't craft up until about the time I got my page, is when I really got back into it again. And I've kind of gone into it more as, it's okay if it's not perfect. It's all about having fun. And I have to say that I am enjoying crafting more now than I did before because of that. Because I've looked at it more as fun. It's not all about perfection and all of that. So, You meant we, yeah, we do. So I've really kind of changed in that regard. So I have improved with that. So I'm going to go around the head. This is the one that'll be on top. We're going to get that on there, and then I'm going to start putting her together. We're going to put her together now. All right, this one goes on this side. I gotta get some glue, Mod Podge under there. Just another little place where it's lifting. Yeah, you're right. Sometimes a break is good, and I wonder if that was the reason I needed the break, is because it became just where there all that pressure to be perfect, and I just couldn't take it anymore. And my husband was really, kind of disappointed. He was, why don't you craft anymore? You used to love it. How come you're not doing it? It's like, I just don't have, I just not in me. And I seen somebody do one of those diamond, what are these, diamond dot pictures. And that really interested me. And I got some and started doing them. And from there, it just snowballed from there. It's like a new spark, So, okay. So I'm going to use my tight bond and my stick fast to put this together. And I'm not going to worry about that. All right, I think I'm going to start with this outside one and go from there. All right. Some tight bond. And I'm going to get a quick it'll dang, I forgot what I was going to say. With the stick fast, I'm going to get a quick bond, and then the tight bond will get a long lasting hold. It's like, what were you trying to say? And I'm just trying to hold it along the edge, line it up, even with the edge here. Here we go. Hopefully that's, there we go. That will dry clear. I'm just going to keep going. And read that. Sorry. Just trying to read your comments, Susan. Okay. this one will go right up against there. Oops, it gets glue in my thumb. That wouldn't be good. And I just found out, doggone it, come on, that Type Bond brand has a quick setting glue like this Stick Fast. And I may try it when I'm all done with it. Hi, Crickety Crafts. How are you? Hi, Mary. Guys, sorry this is taking so long. All right, now we're gonna get this other piece, get that down. All right. Hi, Betty. And I apologize if you are chatting with me. I'm not, especially on Christina's page, I apologize for not commenting back. They have kind of quit my comments over there, and I'm sorry. Okay. Now, I think with this one, I'm gonna do this center one first. Uh-oh, that's not gluing. How come that's not? Come on. We have to have one that's stubborn. Okay, now it's down. All right. So we're gonna do that one first, this one. Only because those other pieces are shorter, and I wanna make sure I get them in the right spot. All right. Hey, Lori, how are you? It has been a while. I hope you're doing well. You have been in my thoughts and prayers. All right. Make sure I have that right in the right spot. Hi, Becky. And I got some really nice crackle on this, guys. I'm going to hold this a minute. I want to make sure it stays. And then these last two pieces, and then the collar and the wings and the arms. And the wings or the arms kind of go here. Yeah. Guys, I don't know. I'm so frustrated right now with Facebook. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. Come on. I want some glue. Give me some glue. Okay. This one goes on this side. Right up against there. And now it's working. Yeah, Susan, I ain't been seeing yours, but anybody else that's commenting, if they are, I'm not seeing. So I don't know what's going on. Hi, Marjorie. Okay. All right. She takes a lot to get put together for such a little thing. Yeah, I know, Susan. I see a lot of people coming in, but if they're commenting, I don't see that. So I don't know. Okay. So I'm going to put her arms on first because they go under, I believe, the collar. And they kind of line up, I think, up here, if I remember right. Hold this a minute. Hey, Jamie, how are you? Hey, you be proud of me. I did crackle and it worked. All of you chatting with me, I might not see your comments, and I apologize. All right, this is just going to get a little... I'm doing pretty good. Actually, I think I'm just going to put a stream of the stick fast on the arms here, because that's awful narrow, and not much of it goes on there. They kind of stick out like that. Yeah, I was very hesitant to do it, and I'm glad I did, because I really wanted to do this angel. I wanted to give it a crackle effect. Yes, so it worked. I was so happy. Oh, I need that. I'm gonna need that. Bring it back over here. My tight bond. I'm almost out of my tight bonding. Now it's not gonna lay there. Thank you for sprinkling. Gosh, I've been on here a long time, haven't I? I'm sorry, guys. Thanks for hanging in there with me, though. We're almost done. We're almost done. got that to do. Her collar. And wings. And believe it or not, I'm not doing a bow. But I think she's going to be just fine without it. She's a little to do a bow on anyway. If I do anything, I would put just like a little shoestring jute twine bow or something, you know. All right. Now the wings. And I'm just going to kind of lay it, get an idea. I think just about, maybe just on this centerpiece. It's probably all the glue we're going to need. Okay, I'll hold this. Make sure that's centered. I think I got it. I hope. I know, I'm doing a lot of concentrating here. I just wanted to make sure that these wings were centered. Oh, thank you, Susan. Yeah, it's a pretty kit. It is a pretty wood kit. Like I said, I've had it for quite a while, and I just couldn't figure out how I wanted to do it. But I am happy with the way she came out. She's really simple and rustic, vintage looking. Like I said, if I do anything else, I might add just a little like shoestring twine bow to her. But I think I got her wings. But she's all done. I think she came out beautiful. And I love that she crackled. That's my favorite part, is I actually got some crackle. And I might darken it up in a few places. But other than that, I'm happy with how she came out. And I may add a wire hanger to her so she can be hung up like just in a little vignette or something, because otherwise she really isn't, don't know how else I display her. But I'm thinking I might add a little rusty wire on there for her. Thank you guys for the hearts. I appreciate it. So what do you guys think? I hope you guys like her. Thank you for sticking around. And again, I apologize if you were commenting and I didn't respond. I'm sorry. Facebook didn't show me your comments. I really am sorry about that. But thanks if you hung in there with me. And I'm going to go ahead and go because, you know, been on for an hour and a half. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Renee. Yes, a wire halo would be pretty too, Renee. That would be pretty. A little wire, rusty wire halo would be really cute. So I might do that. But other than that, I think I'm just going to, I'll let you guys go. You've been on here long enough. Anyway, thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all of you that sprinkled me out. I appreciate that. Thank you, Jamie. Anyway, thank you all for your support. And you guys have a wonderful, blessed rest of your day. Bye.